Welcome back, everybody. What's good? Uh, Another glorious Tuesday is upon us. Good to see everybody. It looks like right there before we started, we had 51 people either waiting or ready. That's wild, isn't it? How cool is that? That normally doesn't happen. Good to see everybody. So, we got some interesting things to talk about tonight. Some transgressions have gone through, and we need to see what's up with what. It appears as though DAOs have either shit the bed or quit or took their ball and gone home. We need to analyze a little deeper to see what we can find. I was just in the middle of pouring myself a drink, so at this time, if you haven't done it real quick, maybe you should go hit like. That's right. All the likes we can get is good. More likes we get, the more people that watch, the better we do. Also, if you would, hit the notification bell so you get all the notifications and subscribe. Why not? Turns out that like 20% of the people who watch the stream are actually subscribed. The other 80% aren't. So why aren't you? I mean, come on. What are you missing here? It's free info. What could be worse? You know, is it so bad that it's free info? Please don't hate me too much for my asthma. It's been kicking my ass lately. I don't know what's up, but it keeps hitting me, and there's nothing I can do about it. I just have to deal with it. So I'll pour me a little drinky poo here, and we'll get the ball rolling. I got my metal balls here that you put in the freezer. They're cold metal balls. Cold metal balls. Right? Take your cold metal ball. You put it in your scotch. Oh, like so. You got a nice cold scotch ready to rock and roll for the night. Let's get it. Not bad. All right. Beautiful. So, first things first, let's see who's all in here. It's good to see everybody again. I'm Carolina Keith. Some people call me Professor Keith. Some people just call me Keith or Simp, and I'm fine with all those. It's really up to you. On the right, we have the 786 Assassins. This is Crypto After Dark, and if you've never been to Crypto After Dark, this is a grown-up space. If you can't handle a grown-up space, then maybe go watch BitBoy. I'm sure he'll be happy to help you with his Gucci suit. But we don't do that here. We do hardcore technical analysis here. We only care about charts. We don't do sentiment of maybe things are going well or, ooh, what do I think about such and such? All we do is data. We take data, we compile it into a better answer, and we try to make a better decision than we did the day before. Okay? I love it when you wheeze into the mic, Draco says. There you go. Absolutely nothing I can do about asthma. What's up, Hazel? Good to see everybody. Let's say hey to everyone real quick, okay? Before I get too far ahead of myself. Ignacio, good to see you. Miss Beverly, Juan Pablo, Smoky Mountain, good to see you, brother. Ryan McDonald, good to see you. Simone Peacock, new people, what's up? Good to see you. Chase Irvin, hello. First time watching live. Good to see you, Chase. I like to see new people. That's what's up. Just made it to Florida, driving and listening. Mullet, my man. Good to see you, brother. I haven't tried that butter pecan stuff yet, but I'm thinking about it. It's in the refrigerator, so it's not in here. But I'm going to tell you what, the fiance and her friend totally murked that bottle of wine. It got absolutely obliterated. It didn't last any time. They tore right through it. Teachers don't play no games, man. Sanazar, good to see you. Educated dummy, fresh off his first TA class. Good to see you, brother. Garoku has said hello. JB21, good to see you, bro. Dowser Daddy said, I don't know yet. Andrew, good to see you. Win Mustard. Speed C, good to see you. Tom, LOL. Yeah, right on time, he says. What's up, Jeremy? Chi-Town. Danny, Deep Pockets. Danny Carney, good to see you, brother. Kelly Slade, what's up, ma'am? Big Dex. Bruce Leroy. Jude, good to see you, Jude. Raging Beagle, that's an angry dog. King Meh, good to see you, brother. High Water X Investor, what's up, my guy? Ryan Poteet, Crypto 77, good to see you. Frank, what's up, my guy? Pops, what's up, Pops? Alcalonis, I remember that, bro. That's a cool name. Gauthier, Good to see you, brother. Ashley Vandermeer, Kelly Slade, Christine. Good to see you. Good to see you back. Danielle Barbieri. Good to see you, Danielle. Welcome, new people. I like to see new people. What's up, Assassins? Keith can't hang out no more before the streams. Yeah. Well, usually I have classes now before the streams, so it's super difficult for me to do that. I am rolling back the times we're going to be doing stuff before and after. You know what I mean? Working on here and there and there and here what I'm doing with all that stuff. It'll get better, but I haven't quite ironed out all the details of what I'm doing just yet. What's up, Avatar, my idol? Good to see you, brother. That's who I model myself after, right there. Crypto Tari Singh. That's who I want to be when I grow up. Okay, that man is a baller. We know I keep teaching everyone our skills. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. We'll get back to a time and a place where we can do that again. Don't worry. Now, let's dive off into some DAO charts, shall we? So, everyone's been kindly freaking out about Ohm, and for good reason. If you look at the daily and you kind of scroll back here and you go, gosh, when was the last time we had a buy signal? Well, the last legit buy signal you had with a long confirmation would be all the way back in 2 over the 8 right here would be October 21st. That is a buy and long. By the way, I have a different keyboard. I'm thinking about switching to it. But dude, I really like the lighted keyboard. So I think I'm going to buy a different one that has a different key feel that's more less tactile than this one is. This was a very tactile keyboard, and I'm just not super fan of it yet. So I got to deal with it a little bit more and figure out what I'm going to do. I haven't quite made up my mind yet. So October 22nd, October 22nd, last time we had a buy and a long signal on Ohm. Ever since then, it has either gone down or sideways. And yes, we had a short time going up, but we made a lower high. And ever since that lower high, which was here on October 25th, just a couple days later, you went short on November 4th. It became a short and a sell at the same time. The trend has not shifted since that day. As you see, it's done nothing but short. You had an early buy signal right here on the 8 EMA, but you never got that long cross. You never got the long cross. You never got the 8 through the 21 EMA. It never happened. Instead, you got nothing more than a failure to break, another failure to break, another failure to break, another failure to break. And my goodness, since then, it's done nothing but tumble through the grass like a lizard that has been falling out of a tree from Florida. That's what these DAO tokens have looked like. Cold lizards. Totally random, but I like the blue polo. It really looks nice. Matches the charts perfect. Oh, thank you. This is one of my nicer shirts. I don't have many clothes because I don't do clothes, but thank you. Good to see you, Pepper. Bill Ash, good to see you. Manolo, what's up? He looks sexy as hell. Well, thank you, Nick. Jimmy waiting for a winter mix here on Thursday. Yeah, we got more weather coming, dude. We got blasted with winter weather over the weekend. Glad I didn't do any YouTube streams. But then we're supposed to have some more coming on Friday, maybe. It's going to be nuts. So we'll see. Today was beautiful, though. It was 56 degrees outside, sunny. Wonderful. The calm after the storm, right? So where do we think this is going to go from here? Well, interestingly enough, when you have a downtrend like this is commonly called a falling knife. We talk about falling knives all the time. What do we say? We say, don't catch a falling knife. And what does that mean? Well, anyone who's ever worked in the kitchen for 10 minutes and used a knife in the kitchen, you have a knife and a fork and you're cutting something and you set the knife down. Accidentally, you may brush against it and knock it over. What do you do once a knife starts falling from the counter? Do you stand still and wait for it to land near your feet? No. I'll tell you what I do. I jump out of the way and wait for that knife to safely hit the ground and stop tumbling around and cutting things. Okay? Once it has hit the ground and stopped moving and stopped tumbling around aimlessly, then we reach down and try to grab it. Okay? This is a classic case of not catching a falling knife. This is classic, don't touch that shit. Okay? Here we are. This refuses to become a confirmed buy. What would a confirmed buy be? A confirmed buy would be 2 consecutive candles closed over the AEMA, or the green line that you see on the chart here, with the green line crossing upward through the purple line, which is the 21 EMA. We've yet to get that. Okay. You haven't had that since way back here in November when they crossed downward. Okay. That is brutal. So how much farther can this go? Well, we can use Fibonacci retracement to try to be somewhat predictive on how far things may or may not go. Okay. Fibonacci retracement is not perfect. It simply gives us a more ballpark area on where we think things may stop or may start or may reverse. We have some other indicators that we can throw in. Plus, we need to look at the right time frames so we don't get lost in staring at one time frame while all the other ones are doing tons of things and we get left behind. Okay. This is often why I say monitor and mind those high time frames, because more often than not, the high time frames determine what those small time frames do on a much faster scale. Okay. Draco, keep doing your thing and being yourself. Love your content. Touch Heck and Strong if you could. Yeah, we'll get to Heck in a minute here. It's another DAO token that's fallen way down. And we have some historical stuff to go through on it also. Thank you, brother. Drinking on you. Oh, that's good. I need some more of that. Yes, please. Yes, please. Let's have some more. This is I didn't break out the expensive scotch. You know why? Because it's expensive. And I don't want to blow through it like I did that $300 bottle of scotch I did before. That shit's expensive, y'all. Can't be blowing through expensive scotch. So I got to sip it slowly and carefully. However, I know Steven's probably not watching because he's a bald simp. But it's important to note, I haven't shaved in about a week and a half, and I'm not gonna. I'm gonna grow this beard out all the way till we go to Vegas. That's all the way to the end of April. I'm gonna let this bitch grow real big. The hell with it. I refuse to be shown up by some bald beard simp in an office. Just joking, you know I'm messing with you. However, I'm not shaving. After DAO discussing any node or passive income plays for us, we'll go through that too. Also curious what you're sipping on. This is Samuel T. Bryant, Tennessee Sam, Dark Tennessee Moonshine. Mullet sent me this on his journeys. Super awesome of him. He sent me 3 different bottles of it, and I'm going to tear through every one of them. I bought some more stuff today, but I put it on the side over here, and I'm not even going to touch it yet. Just saving. All right, so again, let's work on the high time frames here and stop looking at the daily for a moment, because it's fairly obvious that this chart is a mega failure. Oh, God dang it, Rugsy. Thank you, brother. Splashed up in my face. Whew, that's what she said. That one was hotter. All right, 100 people on here. Good to see everybody. 100 people. So I want to go off the daily for a moment. Even though we know some rules like of the AEMA, like the farther it gets away from the AEMA, the more likely it is to come back. Okay, as you see, it's gotten a little farther away from the AEMA than we would like. The thing is, let's look at the high time frames and see what it says. I would love to grow a mullet, Chi-Town, except I'm a little skippy up here on the top, so I can't really have the party in the back. Okay. The business in the front part I can handle, but the party in the back part, that ain't ever growing back on me. So let's go to the weekly for a second and let's look at that and see if we can analyze where we may or may not get another buy signal. So I'm going to start on a much larger Fibonacci set. I'm going to pull a Fibonacci set on the entire chart here, from the top to the bottom, or the bottom to the top in this case, because we had an uptrend that failed and we want to see how far it's going to continue to fail. Okay, so let's start there first. From the bottom, the lowest point that I have of any chart, which is here, to the top, which is here. I read from left to right on every chart. You always read from left to right. You don't read from right to left, okay? If we're looking at this one, we see we blew right through all the important levels, didn't miss a beat, and cut right through them. Now I'm going to go over to CoinTrader and I'm going to try to find the absolute most data that I can here. And this will be on light mode, not dark mode. Sorry. So let's go to Olympus and see if we can find the most data possible. That is not. Let's do Olympus. Olympus V2. That's not. Let's do, I want to say Uniswap, right? That's Olympus Inu. That's some trash. I bet you I'm not going to be able to find a chart with any more data. I bet you TradingView's got it all. So if that's the case, fine. From the bottom to the top here, we've blown through every major level. On a weekly chart, we are what appears to be about 65% from the AEMA. That's a ton of percentage away from the AEMA. Essentially, this is defying the basics that we have. When we start seeing charts defy the basics that we have, we should probably be on a higher time frame. So I'm going to go to the monthly. On a monthly, you see we're far away from the AEMA, but not as far. Now, from there, you can see we went from the bottom to the top, and we failed down. On this chart, particularly, it shows $77, $56, and $35. One of those three being a long-term target. Let's go deeper on that and find it a little closer. I'm going to mark these spots with boxes, okay? Because these are our monthly death numbers. Let's call it that, monthly death numbers. If it goes to these numbers, we would look for a trend reversal for sure. Because more often than not, Fibonacci retracement will show you the levels of failure, okay? Got those spots marked. I'm going to delete them, and I'm going to move over to the next spot here. I'm going to start from the recent lower high. I'm sorry, actually, it's a higher low. I'll mark that for you so you can see it here. We had a low and a higher low, right? And we had a lower high and then a higher high. Right, so we had this little mini uptrend right here. So same thing here. We can measure from this uptrend down and see how far it's failing as well and see where this leads us. Okay, so we'll start here at this bottom and then we'll pull to the top. I'm going to move it over so we can see it a little bit more clearly. Okay, on this level, we see that $73 on this Fibonacci set lines up with the monthly 1272. Okay, so we have a little bit of foreshadowing here. This area, $73, becomes a point of interest. What do we see here? We started from the bottom and we went to the top, and now we're reading the retracement. Hit the 50 line, failed. Hit 618, blew right through it, kicked right through Sniper's Alley, didn't even hesitate, and go all the way down to two of our take profit lines already, 138 and 106. Ugh, that's miserable, I know. However, by this chart, it could actually go down even farther. Yes, I said that. It could come all the way to $73. Wouldn't that be ruthless? I know from a visual standpoint and from a dollar standpoint, if you didn't get out of this, it feels like it's dying. Rule number one, no emotions. If you feel something, that's an emotion, stop. Rethink what you're doing and take away the emotions and see what happens, okay? Corey said something interesting earlier. He said, take a poll. And if the poll doesn't come out the way you want, you already knew what your answer was to begin with, okay? Look at this and say, man, am I going to get out of this or not? And if the answer is yes and you still don't want to do it, well, the answer is you already should have done it anyway, okay? Easy answer. If you're following the TA, you have saved yourself a ton of percentage if you got out when you were supposed to, okay? If you got out when you were supposed to, all the way back in November, and it hasn't been a buy since then. And I know everyone says, oh, Keith, you don't understand. The rebases make it incorrect. If you add up all the rebases, it is not a fragment of what you've lost. Not a fragment of what you've lost, okay? Understand that. Anytime the chart moves more than the rebases, then the rebases aren't worth it. And before you say something like, oh, Keith, you don't understand, the APY goes up. If it stopped doing that a while back, everybody. It stopped doing that a while back. Yeah, the APYs are steady going down, even though the chart goes down, okay? Doesn't work like it used to, does it? Okay? Welcome to the real world, where sometimes you make bad decisions, and you got to redo what you're doing to figure out a better decision. So, what else can we decipher from the weekly chart here that seems to show us $73 as a point of interest? We put the pivots up here. All right? We blew right through the weekly pivot and lost it all the way down to S1. Ruthless here. Blew through S1, but at the same time, this 1272 and 1414 right here are right near S1. It still has a chance, it's only Tuesday, to rebound from this point. Okay? If it fails here, gosh, there isn't even an S2 on this chart. That's how bad it could get, which makes me think it stops here at some point. Okay? I'm keen to believe, based on the TA, that at some point it stops here. What else do we got? Our RSI. Man, it went right through the 50 line and the 40 line like it wasn't even there. Goodness. Now it appears to be heading to oversold. It isn't there yet. It's only halfway there. That means it could still go farther. Oof. And if it goes farther, where do I think that would go? I'm going to say roughly 73, 54, or 45, 35, somewhere around in there. Ruthless, I know. That still isn't dead. I know that sounds crazy, but that still isn't dead. These are the areas where I'm looking to get in, not get out. However, I am not going to reach down here and grab a falling knife. I am going to wait until I get a confirmed buy signal on the daily, which you still, again, do not have at all. You don't even have close to a buy signal. Sure, it has hit our profit lines here and told us that there's a potential reversal coming, but it hasn't happened yet. Prove this to me. Prove it. It's got to get all the way up to, at this level, $225 to prove a trend reversal. It hasn't done that. It hasn't even blinked at that yet. So let's see what it does first. I don't think it's done falling yet. One step at a time, though, maybe. Okay, one step at a time. Sound good? Good. Let's go on to the next one, Wonderland. Sorry, I don't have dark mode on CoinTrader, and it has all the data, so we work with what we've got, folks. All right, similar situation here. This was me showing that it hasn't broken the trend yet, and clearly it didn't break it. It just kept on falling. It's a big, huge retrace. Let's see how far it's gone and measure it. Let's start at the bottom with all the data that we've got, which is down here. And let's go to the top, all the way up here. Pull it over out of the way where we could see it. And you see that we're right around our 786 Sniper's Alley area. Excellent. Excellent. If it can hold this area, es bueno. Prove it. Prove it to me. It hasn't done so yet. Now, as far as the indicators go, you've broken the divergence. That's not great. As far as the RSI goes, on a daily chart, God, it couldn't get much uglier here. RSI is all the way down to 23. It's never been this low for this chart. So, I'm sorry, it actually has. 22 was the lowest it had ever been before this. And now we're at 23, scraping the bottom of the barrel. What about weekly? Do we have any data there we can see? And the answer is no. We don't even. Oh, yeah, we do. Yeah, we do. It appears that the RSI has just started to show up, and it's playing around with the 50 line now. Right here is the 50 line. I would like to see it bounce that level and hold it. You do see a little bit of buy pressure forming on the weekly chart here. This needs to continue big time. Big time. If I see this wick become longer than the body of the candle, that would be a potential reversal sign for me. Okay? It hasn't done it yet. Let's see it do it first. Much like OHM. Much like OHM. You do not have an 8 and 21 confirmed long cross yet. You don't even have a buy signal yet. All you've got is a potential knife has touched the floor. No one said the knife is still not spinning around and tumbling. It's potentially got to the floor. Be careful. Yes, you threw a hammer candle yesterday at the bottom. I like that. That's good. That green candle right here is a hammer candle. That's what that means. Hammer candle typically means look for reversals. It hasn't done it yet. Strong threw 6 hammer candles on the daily chart before it finally reversed. This is number 1. Okay? Pucker up. Could get worse. Could get worse. All right. If this fails, it could get ugly like on. I don't want to see that happen. And what levels are there? 238, 152, and 79 for Wonderland. Oh boy. 238, 152, and 79 if 1,000 to 800 can't hold. That's where it will fall if it can't hold. Sorry, that's just the reality of the fact. This has not been a buy in a very, very long time. This actually went short on November 26th. It has not been a buy, confirmed long, since November 26th. Does that suck or what? Does that suck or what? Okay? Tough. Tough. Let's look at some stuff over here before I keep going, because I want to hit Hector next. Then we'll do a couple node charts, and then we'll look at Bitcoin. And I want to touch on Bitcoin because it's still kind of floundering around a little bit. But a lot of people are talking over here. 118 people. Good to see you, everybody. Congratulations, and here's a round of applause for you. Did you touch my drum set? Rug's stupid, dude. Rug's an OG, man. Rug's an OG. It hurts, but let's see. Number 1, no emotions. Absolutely, Chi-Town. I pee on electric fences all the time just to feel something. You're stupid, dude. Corey was on shrooms when he said that. Ha! 100% straight poker face. Yes, I'm sorry. You got to have it. Are you going to Vegas? Yes, he will be there. I will be there as well. Poor Ohm. Aaron said, yeah, no, right. With the cry face. Turtle catching up here. Corey on shrooms? I don't believe you. Rug's stupid, man. Rug's an OG. I appreciate you every time you show up, brother. Watch and hit the likes. Yep. I'd buy, but I will wait. Absolutely. That would be a better idea than anything. Wait, I can put a user in timeout? Man alive. Oh, never mind. Can't do it. You stupid dude. Yeah, we try not to silence everyone here, especially if you're a hater. If you're a hater, there's 120 people on here. Please speak up. I mean, if you got something that you think is true, I'd be happy to analyze it. That's the beauty of this. Agreement is not required with me. But despite what you may or may not have been told before, okay? Agreement is not required. If you don't like what I say, I'd be happy to hear what you have to say, and then we can analyze that. If it's an emotion, well, I can't analyze emotions. Emotions are for therapists. Emotions are for the bedrooms. Emotions are not for investments, okay? I'll be there, my old... Someone has to break 69. Oh, boy. Can you do TA on Starstream? It's on Metis. Cheers. If you give me the ticker symbol, I probably can. If it doesn't have a chart, I can't analyze it. Hit the like button if you're going to Vegas. I know, right? Don't worry. We got no problems roasting that ass. Jeremy's stupid, dude. Lady Andy, what up, Keith? Good to see you, Lou D-O-double-G, brother. Good to see you. Drip drop. The world is ending. No, I don't think so. All right. So let's go to Hector now. All right. A few weeks ago, we analyzed Hector. And I said that if this level didn't hold, then the be-all, end-all level, the death level, would be around $35. Okay? Why did I say that? Well, you have some support down here, about 30 to $35. 32.50. Close enough, right? It looks like it's heading that direction. Okay? This is the classic example of what happens when you don't get that long cross. Yes, you had 2 candles over the 8 EMA. Yes, it almost crossed into a long buy here, but it didn't. It didn't. It stopped and turned around the other way. You never got that cross. All you got was a psych out. Oof. Big oof. Sorry. That's what happens when you buy shit you shouldn't buy. Okay? If it isn't a confirmed buy, then don't buy it. There's a million other things to buy. Why are you doing stupid shit? Because the internet tells you to. That's a terrible idea, dude. That literally never works out for you. What are you doing? Stop. Find something else to buy. I promise you there's something better out there than buying something that's literally cutting your hand on the way down. Do better. You can do better, and you should do better, okay? We got good comedians in the group. They'll embarrass you, then delete you. You're stupid, dude. What's up, Miss Beverly? Good to see you. 200 by the end of February. I hear you. Damn, she's over here balling. All right. It looks like it's heading to 35 to me. Why do I say that? Well, the RSI is trending in that direction. The MACD has started to roll over and play dead. You've broken S1. S2 is almost nowhere to be found. It's so far down there that it's not even existent. There is no more support from this level forward here. This is it. You got a little bit right here at 26, but that's about it, man. There's nothing more after that, okay? And until we get what we want, we can't buy this. We just can't. The rebases don't make up for the losses. That's just the facts of it. Wish it were different, but it's not. How much longer can this hang on? A few more days, okay? It may hesitate and fiddle fart around here and move sideways a bit, but it doesn't look good. But flip it to the weekly, you got really nothing here. It's a whole bunch of up with a little bit of down, okay? The weekly doesn't look as bad, right? You look at it and you go, oh, if it went all the way to 30 cents, I'd be fine because I'm still in the green. Let me go ahead and tell you, most people didn't get in to begin with, okay? A few of you may. A select few of you may have got in insanely stupid early, but most of you didn't, okay? Most everyone else is getting fucked here. No condom, no pullout, okay? A few of you raw dogged it, okay? Got it in the eye and left, okay? Everybody else is left picking up the pieces. You might not see it that way. You may see it like, oh, I got in and I took profits. Fair enough. Just realize that you did something that not a lot of people get to do. And because of that, you need to consider yourself lucky, okay? Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good, okay? I'll admit that. Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. Anybody who goes to the roulette table, puts a little bit of money down, will understand that. Me and Nick sat there and played strategies for hours and hours playing different strategies, and we lost. As soon as somebody walks up and doesn't even play a real strategy, they start winning. And you go, what the fuck? Well, you're lucky, okay? That's just the way it is. The last play I made before we left Vegas, me and Frank both put several $100s on the middle 12. Middle 12 hit. We got our money and then we left, okay? That's it. We left. Better to be lucky than good sometimes. You got lucky here, okay? Don't play with fire. Stop. Take your profits and refigure out what you want to do. What's up, Drizzy? Good to see you, brother. I said, I just laughed out loud at Raw Dog it. Well, welcome to the South. That's how we talk. If this doesn't go back to where we want it soon, which is anything less than $25 and reverse from there, man, this thing could get really ugly really fast because it could come down a long way. Where do I think this money's going? It's hard to say yet. Some people like to ask me, where do I think this money's going? And well, you know, stables are still trending up. Both stables are still trending upward, and they haven't stopped their trajectory yet. Bitcoin is still losing dominance. A lot of scam stuff is catching on. A lot of things that aren't real and are being sold to you as one thing but are another aren't necessarily the right thing to do, but a lot of you are doing them because you feel like you need to make that extra money. I think that's a terrible idea, but you're going to do it anyway, so I can't stop you. But I want you to understand what you're doing is it's super sketch at best. That's the best, nicest way to put it. What you're doing is super sketch. You should probably be really careful. Again, no buy on Hector either. The knife is still technically falling. Now, let's look at a couple node charts. And then I want to go to Bitcoin afterwards. Someone asked me for Flux, so let's start with Flux, okay? Similar to what we just talked about with time and Ohm and others, okay? You have a downward short cross happening, okay? What does that mean? That means it is not time to buy. Yes, it is technically hitting the pivot line, which the other ones were not doing, okay? The other ones weren't doing this. They were actually below support levels, meaning falling. This one's actually above a good bit of support here. You know, all this trash right here creates support. The pivot line is here, could hang on the pivot line. That coincides with the RSI being in between 50 and 40 here. This could range sideways, okay? That being said, it's not a buy. Per the chart, it's not a buy. Everything I do is not financial advice. Please don't take it as financial advice. I just analyze data, hardcore. I crunch numbers all day long. This is what I do, okay? And I'm really good at it. And you can talk shit to me if you want. I'm not very good at a lot of things. This is one of the things I'm good at, okay? I suck at a lot of other things. You know, if you ask me medical questions, I got nothing for you. You ask me to be a computer programmer, right over my head. Can't handle it, okay? I can fix air conditioners, and I can chart until I die, okay? This is what I'm good at. That being said, you have a falling knife situation here forming, okay? Hasn't started tumbling like crazy yet, but you can definitely see that the knife is sliding off the plate. Be careful here. Could fail hard, could move sideways, and I want you to be very careful about when you're taking your buy here. It's not a buy. It is a short signal at best. Now, let's move on to another one. Let's look at Strong real quick. We analyzed Strong pretty hard lately. We've been talking about it the last few streams. Well, some things are playing out, and we're going to go over them real quick and kind of gloss back through what we talked about. All right. Obviously, you see here we had our long cross back here in December 28th. Since then, we trended all the way up toward about 709, 715. Not wick, but that was a good closing. We actually wicked all the way up to about 770, 760, depending on the exchange. Okay. Uniswap usually has the correct price. KuCoin has one, close enough. Okay. Bad news. This 50 fib is the upward continuation fib. We have not held this. We touched it and failed. That's not good. We need to get over this and hold it, and then we could test these upper levels. Okay. We are failing it right now. Okay. We're 2 under the 8. I'm 2 under the 21 EMA right here, which would technically be a sell signal. 585 is the 382 line right here. That would be this zone. Okay. If it can maintain this zone, that's okay. It's struggle busting it right now. Okay. After this stream, I will probably be taking some profits. Ooh, you heard that right. Keith doesn't bullshit when he actually says he's taking profits. He does it. Okay. I'm probably going to take some profits after the stream if gas is good enough. Okay. Why not? I have profits to take. Why not take some and reduce some risk? Okay. That's the way I work. I reduce risk. The more I go here and the more money that I accrue and the better that I'm doing and the more capital that I'm taking in, the less risk I'm taking. Okay. I'm not doubling down and tripling down and quadrupling down. I'm removing risk. Okay. I'm playing this a little safer than everyone else. I'm the opposite of a degenerate. If you're here looking for degenerate plays, please go follow someone else because you're not going to get it here. I keep it real and I don't bullshit you, okay? That's just how I do it, okay? I'm 100% data oriented and data based. And if I don't have good data and I feel like it's a shady situation, I'm not going to cover it, okay? I stopped covering some node stuff that I was doing because it got shady, okay? I'll mention one of those, PAC. I won't chart that anymore because of the shadiness that started going on, okay? There's some other ones in there that I'm not going to chart either because they're just shady at best. And we don't do shady here. We don't do shady here. Yeah, what BB just said right there. Everything you just said, brother, the reality is all those are fake. You're falling for keywords and buzzwords. They use fancy keywords and buzzwords to say certain things, and those certain things catch your attention and they trend. And once they start trending, more people talk about it and more people talking about it. And every time you buy one, it empowers them a little bit more to make a better version of the same ripoff that they made before. Okay. Just the way it is. Historically, criminals get better the longer they go. All right. They start off kind of crappy. Then they work through it and get better until they get caught. And then once they get caught, they really figure out what they should have done better. They give it another go. The second time they get caught, they usually quit. All right. They haven't even got caught yet. So there's not over. It's going to keep going. More of this shit's going to keep happening. The more money you guys keep giving them. And won't get $1 from me, and that's all there is to it. Talk all this shit they want to about me. That's fine with me. I'm a grown up. I can take it. I have good whiskey to drink. I have good friends. I have plenty of money coming in. No reason for me to take adverse risks. That being said, let's have a drink. Ah, yes, mullet. Good stuff, brother. So again, I'll probably be taking a little bit of profits here. Where do we think this is going to fail to? We talked about this before. If this fails, the next key level that I'm looking for, looking at the pivots, our pivot point and our fib line line up right around $500. Okay. That's going to be our next point of failure. If it hits $500 and it can hold, that'd be a really good thing. And I'll show you reverse pivots here to give you an idea of how far it may fall. And if it does fall, to what points they're okay. From the bottom to the top, and we're measuring retrace or fall here, okay? As you see, 570 is a good point of interest. We've already hit it one time and bounced off. Next, 526 would be the upward trend line continuation. You'd want to see this bounce the 50 line and go up, okay? If it doesn't do that, what are our next points? Well, roughly 486, 490, roughly 500, right? Somewhere around in there. If we put our pivots back up there, you can see that it's right in between these two fib lines. Anything around here is okay, all right? If it falls below that, that's when it gets a little ugly, okay? It's got this last couple little bit of hold range down here at 433 to 405, roughly 425. Call that a nice even number at 425. S1 is in there. If it can't hold there, man, it gets ugly. 312, 283, 246. So between 320 and 250. 320 being the previous peak all-time high wicks, and 280 being roughly the previous closings at the old all-time high when the coin first came out. Okay? I know that sounds bad. Well, I'm only here to tell you the truth. I'm not going to bullshit you. If that sucks, and I'm sorry, but I don't want it that way. I want everybody to make as much money as they can. You know, do your own thing, not financial advice. Take profits if you want, compound if you wish. That's on you. I have good friends with strong nodes. They're making money. It may not be the money that we made back at $1,200 a coin per, you know, we're making 2 times that a day or whatever, or 3 times that a day, some people, but you're still doing pretty well. Okay. Especially for people who don't have a lot. It's a big deal. They're working on a lot of stuff. All that shit is absent to my mind. I don't care. All that will reflect on the chart. All right. DAG. A lot of people ask me about DAG. So I'm going to pull that up real fast because this is another node chart. This is one of the more popular ones. Same thing here. Okay. As you see, you had a long cross here. It failed to break the big trend line. And because it failed to break the big trend line, here we are throwing another short signal going below the pivot. This already lines up to head down here toward 15 cents. There were people buying DAG nodes all the way up here at 38 cents, you know, paying almost $45,000 for a node. Man, you could have just waited down here, got a really good entry price, okay? A whole lot better entry price than you had before. In fact, I think if this goes to a certain level, that I myself may purchase a DAG node. I don't think that's too bad of an idea, especially if I know it's, you know, for certain people only or whatever. That kind of sucks, but I like to diversify, okay? I like to have multiple irons in the fire and not just have all my money in one basket. I try not to ever do that. If that means I make a little less here and there, that's perfectly fine with me. I like to solidify my gains. I'm currently working on taking crypto gains into the real world and creating real world passive income through fiat, okay? Not just being in crypto, but being in fiat as well, because whether we like it or not, fiat still runs the world, folks. That may be years away until crypto runs things, all right? I already talked about him, BB. Sorry, I'm not going to talk about him any longer. I'm not going to mention him by name either, because if we mention him by name, that's free press, and I don't give free press to people like that. Or I'm not even going to call them projects because they're not. It's more so a layup and make your layups. Strong has been the best decision I ever made, is what Danny Deep Pockets just said. And I'll be honest with you, it's been one of my best decisions as well. I probably should have went in a little earlier and pulled out a little later. But hey, no one's perfect. I took the steps I took. I did the best I could with it. So again, I think constant DAG's gonna come down a little bit more here. How far? At least S1 at 15 cents. At least. It sucks, but that's just the reality. I don't like to fake it or hide anything from you guys. I sold Gala to about Gala. Man, oh man. I had saved up some rewards and sold them. The damn chart went up. Now here I am selling, saving up rewards again, and it appears the chart's coming back down to that target price that I thought may happen. If we pull a fib from the recent low to the recent high, low to high, we move it over here out of the way where everyone can see it. Okay. The 50 fib lines up with about a quarter. All right. Even if I put that in linear mode, that's 786. So I believe somewhere in this area, Gala is going to make an attempted bounce, but you see that the RSI is trending toward oversold. Hasn't gotten there yet. Still got some room to fall, and it may do so. If that's the case, I'll simply let my rewards build up a bit before I cash them out. Now, Gala, I have full faith in. I think this is an awesome node. It's extremely expensive. That's the problem. All right. The tokens, people are actually getting rid of some of their nodes, so it made the rewards go up, which is pretty awesome for the time being. So I'm happy about that, but I'm still not making as much as I was a couple weeks ago from it. Right now, it's paying about 25 to 30,000 a year. I'm pretty tickled about that. That's pretty awesome. Any analysis on Phantom? Sure, we'll look at Phantom. The other one, no, I'm not. Let's pull up Phantom. Phantom has been one of the bright spots. It's above R2 but below R3. You do not have a sell signal. This is in a holding pattern right here, waiting to see what's going to happen. We pull our Fibonacci retracement down here. It looks like Strong, only it went farther, which is awesome. Kind of looks like Strong, what you would want Strong to do, where it came down, started to break here, and then it hesitated and popped back up. This is what Strong didn't do. You have a look at it right here. See that? Come up, hesitate down, and pop back up. FTM appears to be doing that, which is pretty awesome. See that? Down, pop back up and go. And now it's up here at Sniper's Alley. It needs to break Sniper's Alley. It hasn't done that yet. Break Sniper's Alley. We can test 370. RSI appears to be running sideways and has a little bit of bearish divergence. I don't like that as far as trying to get the price to go up higher. Right there's your bearish divergence. See that? That kind of shows me down it's possible. And if it goes down, where to? 235 and 205. Those are your downward targets, upward targets of 370 and $5. Now, you'll see which one happens based on how your buy signal flips on the other direction or stays good like it is right now. You have two options there. I'll let you watch what happens with it because you're probably in it or not in it. I don't have any FTM, so I have no stake in the game here. To me, this looks like it's going to come down, and it's going to come down to roughly 235 if it fails. That'll be the stopping point first. Fair enough? Fair enough. OMI. Yeah, we did OMI the other day. I didn't even realize it was top 30, but it was. All right. OMI. That can't be right. That is right. Whatever. Okay. Yeah, this one's doing great. It appears to be trying to break all-time high and run loose here. And if it does, targets of, man, it's hot as hell in this office. I'm not going to lie to y'all. Got me in here sweating in my damn clean polo. It appears to be heading toward 008, 0089, or 009. One of those three targets. RSI has room to go. As far as the pivots, yeah, there you go. I would say 009 is a good look for ECOMI or OMI. however you say that. MNW. Let me see if I can find that. Morpheus. Oh, okay. You guys got to say Morpheus because I don't know what you're talking about sometimes. Short here. Nothing to write home about. Still failing, going down. You do not have a buy signal. You do not have a reversal signal. Nothing. The cloud looks horrible. No go here on Morpheus. Nothing. Which ones you say, Corey? My bad. Oh, no. Yeah, I'm not falling for that shit, Corey. Don't even think about it, brother. I don't talk about coins that resemble canine stuff. If I do, I have to drink, so I'm not going to do it. ELA. Okay, let me pull up ELA. ELA. Elastos. Ooh, good look, brother. Thing is, this one is hella overbought. Let me pull up the weekly here. Yeah, weekly's stuck in a downtrend still. This one may fade on you, okay? Be careful. See that? Be careful. This one may fade back down to 520 or so, based on the fact that daily has a screaming high RSI. All right, watch out here. 520 for sure. Looks like that's going to happen. Looks like it's going to pull back and hit 520 to me. All right. Hydra. Hail Hydra. All right. Hydra. Damn, Terry. What'd you do? Holy hell. Put it in reverse. All right. Hydra just threw this humongous candle right here. I think they have pretty good staking on Hydra still on KuCoin. That was a 60% candle, which is currently at about 20% still. Blew right through the 40 line and the 50 line on the RSI. That's probably going to be coming back. It's hung under the pivot at 920. Be careful here. It has not broken trend yet. It's trying, but it hasn't. It threw a wick over trend, but it has not closed yet. So, again, we're looking for our long cross here. We have not got said long cross. We don't have 2 over the 8 EMA yet. This one is probably going to fade back a touch and give you a better entry. But if you're already in, knock yourself out. ALBT. Alliance block. Nope. All short on ALBT. No go, brother. No go. Frank said whispers. Hail Hydra. Don't know how much more you will cover it, but Metis. Uniswap. Okay. Metis. Gotcha. Sorry, I don't see everything, y'all. I don't look over anything in particular on purpose. There's so many comments come in sometimes I can't see them all, or I miss them because I'm rambling. One thing you learn when you do these live streams, no one wants to hear you be quiet. So you have to keep talking and keep things happening. Otherwise, people don't listen. Just leave. And I don't want that to happen. So Metis has been great here. Problem is we have a bit of divergence forming here, bearish divergence. See that? I don't like that, especially with the up price or sideways price and failing divergence. I'll be careful here because I bet you this thing's going to start slipping. And if it does slip, as long as it holds 0.05, you're okay. I'm pretty sure this is going to start slipping back here. XDC. Yeah, XDC short signal also, just like on some of the other ones we've seen just recently. Not a buy, 2 under the 21, long short cross, failing the pivot, RSI dropping, no go on XDC at all. ALCX. All short on ALCX as well. Same proposition. H-bar. Yeah, there you go. There's a good one. They're going to have nodes coming out soon, but they haven't announced the details. Yeah, this one's short as well. No go. Approaching the 40 line, which isn't bad, but you need to show me more because what we've seen so far just isn't enough. It's all under the cloud too. It looks miserable on the cloud. Tail. Oh, CRV and tail. Okay, let me look at CRV first. How about that? CRV continues to hold this 420 level. As long as it holds the 420 level, I'm happy about it because that's the big monthly 50 fib. Okay. It's flirting with it right now. I know that. That's my get out point. When it breaks 420 and holds under it, I'll get out and leave it alone. CRV is right in the middle of the quote unquote CRV wars right now. It's all about staking and DeFi and liquidity pools and stuff. And Steven, the calculator guy, could tell you more about that. But yeah, it's a short as well. I'm probably going to reduce my position even more on CRV, which sucks. But it has done really well for me. I've made a ton of money on CRV so far. Tail coin. All short on tail. No go, brother. Sorry. She's dead short. I wish it was better, but it's not. It has done absolutely nothing as far as rebounds go. Looks pretty miserable. Already done Gala. Already done ECO and my Stackos. Let's look and see if we can find that. This one was long, but then flipped right back short, and it hasn't broken this trend yet. So you got to be really careful. This is why all the time I preach, watch the high time frames, right? Because you see this stuff like that. Never broke the trend. So not only do you want to see a long cross here, but you also want to see it break this trend line, and it hasn't done it yet. So be very careful here, okay? This could fail farther. It's showing you trying to go short now. It would be a sale. Actually, it was a sale yesterday. Today is a test day. CVX, never heard of her. Let me look it up. Okay. Nope. On CVX. ADA. It's getting close. You have a long cross here. We were looking at this today a little bit. You have a long cross here. The thing is, it's over the pivot. It hasn't broken this trend line yet, okay? I need to see it break something. It hasn't done it just yet. Prove it. It's so close, but it hasn't done it yet, all right? I'd be willing to take a little bit of time here to wait on this thing to cross over and go good before I jumped in this because I don't want to get burned. Too often, people don't pay attention to these big trend lines and they get burned. AVAX. We already did FTM. Nope, you're short on AVAX. Bearish divergence. Short on AVAX. You're on S1. That's not bad, but you have a head and shoulders forming that looks like it's going to fail farther. And if it fails farther, it's coming back to roughly 75 to 70 bucks. Yeah, I don't chart that one anymore, JB21, because of the shady stuff they did. Just like Gala. Not Gala, just like Pack. You start doing shady stuff, bro, I got to walk away from that. Calculator guy, and you've been flirting for a while, hey? Yeah, me and Steven are real cool. In fact, cool announcement coming. Me and Steven are going to be doing a collaboration video together. So we haven't released any of the details yet. We just talked about it yesterday and today a little bit. I talked with the mods about it a little bit over in our group because I don't do anything without their consent. But I don't think Steven's shady at all. He's been really forthright and cool with me. And what he does on his own time is totally his business. It's not my business. Okay. I can't concern my people. I can't concern myself with other people's business and what they do. As long as they do something cool for themselves and they don't shit people, I'm cool with it. And I can be cool with you. So that being said, we're going to have a cool collaboration video coming up. It'll be out next week. I'll be releasing a thumbnail for it. Steven will be also promoting it around a little bit and you guys will see it. And we'll do that collaboration video together and we'll have it out for everybody to see. We're going to be talking some charts, some DeFi, some other random shit, probably some beard stuff. I don't think he's much of a drinker, but maybe I'll get him to drink some scotch with me or something. That's been an hour. Thank you all very much. I appreciate y'all being here. We had 134 people on here at one point. How badass is that? That's awesome. Nick says Keith and Steven are gay confirmed. I'm only gay for Nick and he knows that. So again, thank you very much, everybody. It's an honor to have y'all come on here and watch me. I don't understand why you do, but you do anyway. And for that matter, let me leave you with this. In the words of the great Notorious B.I.G., the late great Notorious B.I.G., you could have been anywhere in the world, folks, but you're right here with me. I appreciate